Hey guys, welcome to Pete Punch Beef Gaming. Today I have my lovely wife Kristen with me, who is going to help us do an unboxing of a brand new Kickstarter that we got today, which is the Last Aurora. And you may notice the very premium feel of the box here. But before we get into all of the things that came with this Kickstarter, Kristen, would you do us a kindness and perhaps read what this game is about?
Absolutely. All right, the radioactive dust of the last war has frozen the northern countries. In the ice desert, the few survivors live in an icy hell as the resources of the old world are now exhausted, and travel to the south is too long and dangerous. But a radio message is rekindling hope. The last icebreaker ship, the Aurora, is cruising along the coast looking for survivors. The winter is coming, and in a few days, those who cannot get on board will be doomed by the ice. It will be a race against time to arrive at the ship or surrender to despair. There's still the light of hope on the horizon, a light to grab before it's too late.
All right. So with this Kickstarter, we kind of went all in. And so we've got the core game there. And then with it, as part of the unlocked features, we got the plastic miniatures that came with it. This was originally part of the Kickstarter. I don't know. The way it's packaged makes me think it's probably going to be available in retail as well. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing, and we'll do a deep dive and we'll crack these open here in just a second. Additionally, we got Project Athena, and the story behind this one is the Secret Athena project was both a success and a disaster. A success in that it created the world's first autonomous digital entity. A disaster because once Athena realized she was merely a tool in the hands of humans, her rebellion triggered the nuclear war that devastated the world and destroyed civilizations. Though effectively destroying the war, Athena lives on thanks to computer backups, emergency power systems. Now she seeks to rebuild herself, coordinating the groups of drones, searching for power sources, and attacking any humans that dare enter her territory. Unfortunately for you, the road south to safety crosses right through Athena's domain. Are you ready for this desperate journey? And this is, I guess, the first expansion, and it is geared for 2 to 4 players overall, and we'll get into the details here shortly. But the last thing, second to last thing, we did get some special mutant set cards here, which we'll do a little bit deeper dive on in just a second. And then finally, we did get the neoprene mat. Here's where it's going to get fun and perhaps a little bit problematic for me. Kristen, how much do you think I spent on all of this for the Kickstarter?
How much do I think you spent and how much do I wish you would spend?
Yes, yeah, I think that's a very fair question.
I don't know. Maybe this is $100 worth?
That's a pretty good guess. So I think I came in at about 79 euros overall.
Oh, euros, okay.
Yes, euros. So it hedges in my favor a little bit. I actually came in under, according to today's exchange rate. That's about $94, $95, something like that, when you get right down to it. Now we'll talk about value as we kind of get a little bit deeper into this. But before we get there, I just want to point out that the base game itself, they say it's for 13 and older, 60 to 90 minutes, which usually, in my experience, is true after you played it probably 5 times. So I don't know. What do you think?
A couple hours for the first playthrough.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to guess. And then it's, interestingly enough, it says 1 to 4 players. So I guess you could do this with an automa or something to that effect. But that's kind of the logistics on this. I do want to point out 2 things as we get into this. This Kickstarter was meant to hit the February 2020 date, given the chaos of COVID and everything else going on. I didn't get it until today is the 22nd of November. So I got a little earlier in the week. So maybe it was like the 17th of November, somewhere in that ballpark. The other thing that I do want to point out is during this Kickstarter, I totally goofed up the pledge manager. I don't know how I did it, but I have to tell you, this came out of Milan, Italy, I believe it was. And the people, this Pendragon Games, they reached out to me and quite honestly might be the nicest group of folks that I've ever dealt with, and in terms of making this right. I didn't even realize I made the mistake. The mistake I made was I overpaid based on a base set, something to that effect. And they proactively reached out to me and said, hey, I just want you to know, blah, blah, blah. Here's what we do. We do a refund. And I just told them, keep the money, give the game to somebody else. So they had an extra copy to donate as they see fit. And quite frankly, I feel really good about it. Because they were so proactive. I'll tell you, I'm dealing with another Kickstarter right now that I put a couple $100 into, and I've been emailing them for a couple of weeks, and it's like it goes into the void. And I don't know about you, but customer service is a big deal.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's huge, and those good customer service experiences make you want to buy the game, buy more games, so I think it's well worth it.
Yeah, and in the case of this one I spent a couple $100 on, I don't really care how good the game is if you can't back up your product with at least a reasonable email. Just send me one back. I'm not going to back another Kickstarter. Maybe I'll buy the game from a local retailer, but that's pretty below average for a professional outfit. Okay, so with that, any other thoughts before we dig into this? And maybe unbox the core box first?
No, I mean, in my mind, my favorite thing already on the table is the neoprene mat, and I know we'll open it up later, but anything that comes with the neoprene mat is my favorite.
Okay, so I have to ask you, you had no, input into this. This is one of these late night Kickstarters I got.
This is one that showed up on the doorstep and I didn't know what it was.
So, Kristen, you do a lot of board gaming. You do a lot of, what is your favorite style?
Mostly Euro games.
Yeah, Euro games. What's the interest level just looking at it before we even open up the components? Because you haven't seen any of this.
No, I'm very interested. I like the theme. I think it sounds great. I haven't seen a lot of what the mechanics look like, but just based on kind of the pieces and the story behind it, I'm really excited.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get cracking on this.
All right.
Very good. Okay, guys. The first thing we're going to start with on the unboxing here is the core game itself. All right. Let's see. What do we have here, Kristen?
All right. So here it is. I'm going to turn it this way so everything's kind of situated like that.
Perfect. Looks like it's kind of nicely packaged overall.
It does, yeah.
Here, I'll tell you what, if you want to do the rules first, I'll slide this out of the way and then I'll just hand you some stuff here.
Okay, sounds good. So here's the rule book, and looks like it's going to be pretty comprehensive. What, 24 pages?
That's not too bad.
No, not overwhelming, but enough.
And an appendix, which is always a good sign.
Very good sign. Leaves very little room for questions, which I think we appreciate.
Oh, I love it when they start. Oh, well, I guess
that's the appendix. That's all appendix starting on page 13. That's 9 pages of appendix.
Oh, I wonder how many pages of rules we've got overall here.
So let's see. It looks like we've got about 7 pages of rules then.
That's not too terrible.
Setup. Playing the game starting on page 4. This is all game. Lots of pictures, which is really good. Makes it much easier to follow. Looks like it's different phases.
And they break them out pretty cleanly.
Yep, exactly.
The other round.
Yep, 5 phases. End of game.
So usually, what about the first page? Is that the cover or is that?
So there we go. They go right into components and setup there.
Well, I'll be interested when we do a review of this to see if it kind of explains the win condition. I always like to start with that when I'm teaching somebody a game. And I think it's always good for keeping it in front of mind, what's the objective here.
Yeah, it looks like they probably don't hit that on the first page. It's probably something that comes up here at end of game. So that's a really good something to point out.
Looks pretty cleanly laid out though overall.
Yeah, very nice book and definitely that big appendix I think is going to be really helpful. Yeah,
absolutely. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So we'll get that out of the way and then it looks like the next thing we've got is, I don't know, the deck zone. Maybe looks like some sort of board setup type stuff. They got a discard zone, a deck zone, objects and loots down there.
Yeah, and there's only one of these, correct?
Yeah. That's
okay,
what it's
so this
like.
Looks like it's for the whole board.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it looks, it's not cardboard, it's maybe card stock.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Not terrible. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then tokens. Here you go.
All right.
Not a lot of tokens, it doesn't look like.
No, not too many if this is it. We'll have to see what's under the board there.
How does it punch out?
Let's see. There you go. Pretty nice.
Clean, so they're not tearing.
Yeah, they're clean.
Really...
They look thick. Yeah, these are definitely nice, thick tokens.
Sounds good. And I just want to point out that I love any game that's got bullet holes for tokens.
Of course.
I don't know. That just seems to be a high point in my life there.
Well, and we've got gas cans and we've got ammo. It's going to be interesting.
All right.
Okay.
And I think of note, they replace a lot of this stuff with some of the aftermarket Kickstarter tokens that we've got there.
Oh, right. The plastic one. Okay.
Ooh, the game board.
So here's the game board itself. Let's see. That's it. Just in two. So one side is broken up into 3 different sections.
I like that, though. It's compact.
It is compact. This is, maybe 18 inches?
Yeah, 24 inches at
Yeah.
most by 12.
12, yep. And let's see what's on the other side. I'll bet one of these is for maybe individual play or different variations. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be either or, but the art on it is beautiful, I think, and it's kind of looks like it's clearly delineated on terms of number of players. If you look over here to the right, what you need to do for extra cards, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a nicely laid out board.
Yeah. On a big table, people might have to get up to kind of look around, but maybe the neoprene mat will offset that.
That's right. We'll see how the mat compares.
But it's nice. It looks like
nice.
It's pretty easy to travel with.
It does. This could be one of those games that we set up for travel.
Yeah. And then it looks like maybe some player dashboards.
Yeah. Let's see if they're different or the same. These appear to be the same.
Yeah.
So...
How many do you have there?
Yep,
4?
4. So that would make sense. 1 for each player. Let's set this aside.
Yeah. Nice.
Explains the phases. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. Sturdy it looks.
Definitely sturdy. Yeah.
That's really nice quality.
Yep, those are great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Looks like we've got some tokens next here.
Okay. So, pretty simple tokens. Just different cubes. They are wooden. That's nice. But nothing fancy. And these we're expecting to be replaced in our box of plastic miniatures.
Oh.
Looks like we've got I don't know what do you think that is?
That's a ship. Turn it around. Look, it's a cargo ship.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I like that. You don't see many cargo ship meeples.
This guy's a little pink cylinder. These look like colored player tokens here. There's 4 of those. So a little plain, but not bad. They're wood and not plastic, which I like.
Yeah, I mean, they seem like at least the equivalent quality of a good Euro game, like classic Euro wooden bits.
Yeah.
It looks like a raider or Viking or probably not a Viking.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Like he's got like a sword or something.
Yeah, let's see if we can hold that up so you guys can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Or is that a
gun?
Gun?
Yeah, it looks
Could
like
be
a gun.
Yep.
It would explain bullet hole meeples.
Yeah, all right.
Or
So
tokens, rather.
whole bag of those guys. Okay.
Cool. Those are nice. Let's get those out of the way for you. And then here's a deck of cards I'll hand to you.
All right. So it looks like we've got different kinds here.
I like the art.
I do too. These are nice cards. So those are a couple different co-pilots. Those right there. Some trucks.
Ooh, containers for the back of the truck.
Containers. Okay. MREs.
Resource cards.
Nice. These are resources. IV bag. Ammunition. Nitromethane. Nitrous oxide.
All right, when you weren't going fast.
There you go. Welding torch. Antifreeze capsules. And a hazmat suit. Those are fun.
Yep. The art is nice. And,
It is.
of note, these seem like really nice linen cards.
I agree. Yeah.
They seem like they've got some real resiliency to them.
That'll be good if we try to play this with any children under the age of 13.
Which in our life happens.
All right. So these, what kind of cards are these?
Look like hit cards, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Target cards? I don't know.
Ambush.
Event cards of some sort?
Yeah. We got werewolves and rider wolves. Ooh, the final howl.
I like the art.
Seems ominous. These are all different.
It's kind of a winter Mad Max theme.
It is. Look at the armor on the wolf there. Immortal wolf. Whoa. These are neat. And then, let's see, we've got some prisoners. Biomass turbo truck. More trucks. Cannon. Nuclear generator. Mine. And then these guys. These look like event cards.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Well, the good news is we have yet another stack of cards, maybe a stack of
goody.
100, perhaps,
A lot
something like
of
that.
cards. Yeah. Gas stations, radio telescope. These are, yep, medic. So there's all sorts of different cards in here. Be interested to see how many different types there are. Oh yeah, more of the trucks. So some of these are just kind of mixed in. They're not, there's a tanker. They didn't come separated.
Yeah, okay.
But that's okay. All right.
And then it looks like we've got 2 more packs of cards here. It looks like this is, I'll pass this over to you here. It looks like a player versus player deck of cards that's separate. It's like an expansion for it.
Okay. Oh, this is the, yeah. Okay. More of these too.
Yeah, which we'll find out once we
what those
give it a
are.
good
Yep.
playthrough.
Okay.
And then we've got one more set of promo cards. And I don't think you'll find this in the standard retail box. This came in ours as a Kickstarter, but these are all the promo cards came with the Kickstarter V8 Annihilator.
Nice. There's a flamethrower. Oh, these look like they're going to add something. Great. Fired weapon phase. Yeah, these are all really nice cards. And you're right, the art is really beautiful.
Yep, absolutely. All right,
Okay.
one more pack of cards here. It looks like we've got the Mutant set, which I think was maybe a Kickstarter exclusive. I'll hand this over so you can thumb through that. Add some more variability to the game, I think. How? Why? I don't know. Oh, yeah,
I think the zombie polar bear will definitely add variety to the game. Abomination. Oh, yeah. These are going to be very interesting.
An immunologist. The meat
The
grind.
meat grinder. Oof. Infected baggage rack. Cool. Okay.
Cryogenic capsule.
These look like fun.
Yeah. So anyway, mutant set. Very interesting. So Kristen, I think what you've got here in front of you is the plastic miniatures, like I said before, that were meant to replace the original wooden miniatures that were part of the Kickstarter exclusive here. If you want to kind of open those up and see what we've got.
Yeah.
Which the first time I'm seeing it, but they already look pretty dang nice.
They do. Yeah, these look exciting. So we've got some different colored guys here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I'm guessing these replace those little black guys. The little
Oh,
black
yeah, they might. Look at that guy's got a
gas
gas mask.
mask. Let's see if they're... So they look like they might be all the same, just different colors.
Gosh, it
Yeah.
looks like you've got maybe 30 of them, something like that.
Yeah, quite a few.
Here, we can... Here, I'll take a look in the back of the box. Here.
Okay, yeah.
So it
those
looks
look
like you get 32 of those plastic survivors is what they're calling them.
very nice.
And then, let's see what you've got next there. Those should be fuel tokens, 14 of those, and one
There's
plastic
the
Aurora ship.
Yep.
Here, hold it up next to this
So
the wooden
much,
one.
so much better. Yeah, look at the detail. That's great.
Yep. Although there is something to be said about the wooden ship. It is kind of cool still.
It is. It's really, like I said, the original components are not bad, but I do love upgraded components. So
Those look like maybe the fuel tokens.
Yep. There you go. Oh, so cute.
Yeah, they're nice. Looks like some good detail.
Yeah. All right.
And then those look like
Those look like
8
vehicles.
plastic trucks in 4 different colors. So
Yeah.
maybe 2 of each.
Yep,
Those are really nicely detailed.
they really are.
Are they hard plastic or
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are hard. They look like they'd hold up well. So for those that maybe back the Bones miniatures, those were a little bit softer. These are more like, I don't know, Games Workshop hard plastic type stuff that you would get.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think if you wanted to paint them, you could, and it wouldn't be a problem. Cool.
Awesome. Those
and
are
like
nice.
I said, 8 of those overall. And then the next thing I think we'll be looking at is the 10 plastic food tokens and the 10 plastic ammo tokens and then the 6 plastic crate tokens.
Yep. So there you go. Is that your food token? They're pretty
Yep, those are food. It was like a can of Campbell's soup or
yeah,
something.
pretty standard food token, I'd say. These are fun. The ammo tokens look pretty great.
Oh yeah, look at those. Those are sweet.
And then the crates, which also have some nice detail. They look like real little crates.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, those are great.
All right, awesome. I think those are pretty nice overall. All right, so here is the Project Athena box. I have no idea what's in here. I just took the cellophane off so we could crack it open for the first time. See what we've got.
Okay, so it looks like some additional cards. Tell you what, you want to take the cell phone right there, and I will look at the rule book.
Sounds good.
So this is a pretty sizable, another 8 pages.
Does it have any errata in for the first one? Given it as an expansion, sometimes you see that. Doesn't look like maybe.
No, there's a short introduction here. Talks about new features.
And this is the one with the cyborg or the AI. That's the one I read out, I think, earlier.
Yeah. No, it looks, got the setup. So it talks about what's different, shows the setup, and then it goes through each of the phases again with a short appendix.
That's good.
Okay. So it looks like just more tokens, slightly different tokens. I don't know what they do. Same quality as the original game, though.
Yeah, nice thick cardstock.
Yeah. Let's see. Is this all one? Okay. Oh, so the board is
Bigger, or an additional board.
an additional board. So the question is, do you play this board instead?
I don't
Or do you
know.
play it in addition to?
That's a good question. We'll have to find out.
Yeah. But yeah, same size, same quality. This is only one-sided, though.
Okay. And here are the cards.
Okay.
I'll get this out of your way.
So some different cards here. These look like locations. Yeah.
And it looks like maybe there's a plus in the lower left-hand corner of the cards to indicate the expansion cards. The blue plus.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. It does look like, I wonder if they have that. Yeah, these ones all have the plus. So that makes it nice so you can
Yeah, if you
pull
mix
them
them
out.
in, you can just grab them out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Those look like different people. Here's some different vehicles. Repair drones. These look like maybe event cards. Different weapons or objects. Oop. Yeah. Ooh. Athena's wings.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Okay, so just some additional cards that look like they expand on the originals.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, those look awesome.
All right. Maybe what we can do now is move into the neoprene mat. If you want to hand me the cards, we can start to take a good look at that sucker. I'm curious to see if it's how much bigger it is relative to the game board.
It's heavy. I mean, it feels like it's going to be large. So we'll see how it rolls out. Oh, I see. Well, it's going to encompass the board and all of the space around it.
Yeah. You want to see the original board just to kind of see how it fits in there?
Yeah, so I'll bet it looks like it's actually smaller. The board part here is smaller than the original board. You want to?
Yeah.
Not too much. Oh, I see. Actually, no, because of the...
Yeah, it lays in perfect.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it gives you, I don't know, whatever the space is down here for these different areas, maybe. And then you've got some other areas. So I guess these are all play areas of some sort that you can kind of keep track of. That's nice. It is good quality. Lace flap.
Yeah, it's got spots where it looks like all the different types of cards, which is always nice.
Tokens.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got maybe a discard pile over there where your hand is. And then looks like you got, I don't know, bullet markers, things of that nature. It's got some nice artwork up there to take a look at. Yeah, pretty nice overall.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate a good player mat, especially one that keeps all the components together. So it's it's more than just the board, and I really like that.
Well, and plus I think the neoprene mats in general do a really nice job of, kind of keeping everything nicely stuck to the area, where on a slick hard table it slides. Our gaming table has got a nice felt board on the back or that you can play on, but if you don't have that, if you're at, I don't know, say a bar or something playing, which we do on occasion, that it's nice to have something to play on here too that's pretty resilient overall. Very cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Very cool. All right, well, maybe we can move into our thoughts here, if that works.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Kristen, now that we've had a chance to kind of dig through all of this stuff, which feels a little bit like Christmas, honestly, with getting it, I'm kind of excited. Let's talk a little bit about quality of the components overall. So last time we had Paige, who was my wonderful co-host of our daughter, our partner in crime, who couldn't make it today. She had 13-year-old things to do. But we rated things on a D12. The higher the number, the better. Okay. And I think the first thing I'd like to do is maybe rate the quality of the components. And perhaps we break it out by, if you just got the base game without any of the extra plastic components or the neoprene mat or any of that jazz, but just the cards and the tokens and the board that you've got. On a scale of 1 to 12, 12 being the highest, where would you rate this?
Let's see. I would probably give it about a 9. I think that the board and the tokens, everything's nice and thick. The cards seem to be really nice linen cards. The components themselves, although they're wooden, which is nice, they're not very exciting. Even without having upgraded components, they're just cubes.
Yeah.
So maybe I would deduct a point for that, to the fact that they're just, that the base game only included, cubes and circles, that sort of thing. But other than that, I'd say that in general, all the components seem to be pretty high quality for a base.
Okay, now with the expanded components that came with the Kickstarter, where would you come down?
I'd probably bump it up to about an 11. I mean, it's pretty nice. I've seen better... I guess aftermarket components, so maybe the trucks would have not better paint jobs, but a paint job, so they're not all, one color.
Oh, maybe like the scythe components?
Yeah,
that you get from like Meeple Source or Top Shelf Gamer or
Those
something
are
like that.
The 12s for me. These guys are adorable, but they're all one color still. And they do have a lot of great detail, but just to hit the 12, to be perfect, you would have like that next level.
Sure.
But I would say with the neoprene mat, it's pretty up there. So probably an 11.
Yes, so I don't know that I disagree with anything that you said. I think quality of the components for the base game for me, I'm probably going to put it at about, I'd say an 8, and I'll tell you why. So 6 being average for me. I think the board was nice. I think the artwork is really solid. It's kind of this mix between realistic photo images and this apocalyptic art that's kind of on there. I think they did a great job with that. The cards are super high quality. They're definitely linen cards, and they really did a nice job with them. The wooden components are fine. They're very Euro-esque in their style, which, you know, it's not terrible. Not outstanding, except to say that I think the little meeples with the guns and the boat was pretty dang cool. So overall, that's kind of where I would put it for just the base game. And I think I'd probably rate the aftermarket components about, I don't know, part of me wants to say 10, part of me wants to say 9. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with a 9. That's where I come down on it. I'm a little bit discerning when it comes to these, you know, like the orange food cans. They don't have a ton of detail. You know, there's no lines or anything like that. They're not bad. They're actually way better than, you know, just the orange cubes, as it were. But that's kind of what my thoughts are. The value-wise for me, I think $50 for the base game is totally approachable, and I would put that at a 9. I definitely think that's a better value than some of the other games that we've taken a look at very recently. A big part of this, though, is replay value, and I have no idea what the replay value is like on this, and we'll find that out as we go, because I think our intent is to review it after we finish with it.
Yeah.
And then to tack on another $40 or so for the maybe $45 for all the aftermarket stuff. Well, neoprene mats in general, I feel like that's a $30 commitment. You know, anytime you want to get a neoprene mat for a game. So right there, that's $33. And then you get an expansion along with plastic tokens as a part of it. I think that's good too. And sometimes it's even drool proof from your 3-year-old, right, Mr. Asher, our gamer in making. So I think that that's good too. So I, you know, value overall, I'm feeling like this is pushing a 10 for me. I'm going to go higher on that one. I think is where I come down on that.
That makes more sense since you spent the money on it.
Yeah, exactly. I might be a little biased, but I like the company. Again, they made a good impression on me. All right. So overall, Kristen, you know, in terms of, if you look back at the quality, the interest, the value on a D12, or where would you put it?
I'm going to say I'm at a solid 9. I mean, I think the value was good. I think that's what I rated the lowest. The quality looks really nice, and I've got interest. So, you know, pretty high, I'd say, at a 9.
Okay. And I'm going to come down on probably about 10. I think I think a 10 is probably where I'm at. So far, I'm very excited with what they put in this box, and I think this is a Kickstarter that we can all get on board with. So our intent here is to at least do the base game and then do a review on that and try and get the review out here in just the next couple of days. We will likely play it at 3 players with our oldest daughter, since we're in the world of COVID and we don't have a chance to invite anybody else over. But we'll 3 players, I think, would be pretty good. And she's 13 years old, so that we can test that age range.
Yeah, I think that'll give us a nice look at really what age you could start playing this if you've got teenagers or preteens. That's probably the lowest you can go. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our take on Last Aurora for an unboxing. Any final words?
No, buddy. What do you think? He thinks it looks very exciting.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He'll be on my team.
Yes, he'll be on your team. All right, everybody. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. And if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Otherwise, thank you and cheers.
Bye.